GMS, salutations to all the Akamaldez Mr. Shoe. Also, shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect. And we just going to go right to it. Don't hit.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 24. It says, but unto them which are called, both Jews and Greeks.
That's first. You said 1 Corinthians
1 Corinthians 9 and 20. Know ye not that they which run in a race, but one
right? All right. All.
It says individual, other, any, all, the whole, everyone.
Right, the whole race. All right, go ahead.
Everyone, all things, everything, collectively.
Right, but that was a good one though. You run the whole race, all right? You don't slow down. Well, I take that back. You can, because what was that? It says it's not given to the swift nor the strong. Somebody can grab that real quick. All right. That's something I was going through this morning. All right. It's about what having endurance. Okay. So it's a race that you have to pace yourself in. Okay. This truth, man. Okay. That's why when you read the scriptures, you read Proverbs, right? It says, what? Eat honey, but it's sufficient for you. All right.
Eat not too much honey.
Yeah, no, but when you eat what the Lord allow you to eat. Okay. You don't go and gobble down all the honey. You know. The scripture says what? You should what? Vomit it up. Okay. So who got that scripture?
Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. It says, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift.
Yeah, the race is not to the swift.
Nor the battle
is strong, man. Because look, you can be strong, right, in the battle, but guess what? You got to be wise too, man. All right? You just can't be strong. Okay, you gotta have a thinking mind too. Anybody can you know. Some people are just naturally strong. Some people just got brute strength. Go ahead.
It says, neither yet bread to the wise.
And that's why when you read the book of Timothy, right, it mentions what? A novice being lifted up in pride, right? You might have somebody that might come into this trip, they might have a fast understanding, right? But guess what? They lifted up in pride, man. Okay? Something like that. Basically, in so many words, wisdom makes you pride.
Knowledge puffed up.
Knowledge puffing up. See?
But charity edifies.
And that's the thing, you got to be willing to, be charitable. So y'all got something?
What's I got?
We gonna put them on there. We're doing it right now.
What's I got?
Yeah. Go ahead.
It says, neither yet bread to the wise.
Say it again.
Neither yet bread to the wise.
Neither yet bread to the wise, right?
Nor yet riches to men of understanding. Nor yet favor.
Yeah. Because guess what? The real riches is the scripture, but we're men of understanding, right? But we don't have the physical riches right now. eventually that's going to happen, you know. Go ahead.
It says, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all.
Yeah, that's the truth. Time and chance happeneth to them all. All right, if you can't finish, you're good. Time and chance. It's like, hey, I'll choose you to come into. But the thing is, what you have. All right. And we got examples up there, all right? We got who? Yahweh Shai, all right? I want that. I run my race, I finish my course. There's plenty of scriptures, him that endureth to the end. What we say, you know? And somebody works for me. And like I was saying this morning, right? I was doing that video, right? You gotta, we're coming to that time, right? We're building up our endurance, right? Because the race is not finished yet, you know? We still in the race, you know? We're practicing for a bigger race, you know? Because things are going to get more serious. For a longer range, right? You got the 400, you got the 800, you got the 16 is around the corner. All right, and it's called Jacob's Trouble. Go ahead. Huh?
That's like, go ahead.
It's 2 Timothy. It says, I have fought.
Like a 2-mile race.
I have fought a good fight,
Again,
finished my course.
go back to
I have kept the faith.
I have kept the faith. All right. So it's about what keeping your faith, man. Keeping your integrity in these last days, man. Not giving in. All right. As it's written, somebody grabbed that in Romans, right? He said, "I got 7,000 men that have now bow down to Baal." All right. So it's about not being in the heat to this devil, right? And enduring the hardship that comes with these, man. Yeah. Shit. All right?
Endurance. You know? Why is this bad thing? Sometimes you got, you know, that's how you follow the Spirit, whether it seems good to you or not. You know? Lord is preparing us for that time where He's gonna say move, and it's gonna be time to move this way or that way. You know? Oh yeah, this is Philippians 3 and 14. It says, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling and Yahweh Shai.
And I think how you look at that word mark, that word mark, I press towards the mark. And that mark is what? That's the finishing of this race. All right? Finishing our course, all right? What's given unto us. All right? Listen, man, hey, when you run a race, right, you're gonna stretch, you're gonna lift weights, you're gonna train. You're gonna train. It's not to fail, it's to so you can win, all right? If all of us win, first place. Because it's about fitness.
It's not all about endurance, bodily endurance too. It's about where your mind is at too. You know, because hey, every fight that you fight outwardly, you fight inwardly too. You know,
and that's the thing. You might have somebody right. Talk about a race, right? You might have somebody. You might have trained harder than that person, but their mental, all right, might be stronger than yours. All right, it's telling them, look, I ain't gonna give up. But you might have a weaker mentality.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm slow down.
Give into it.
Yeah. I'm let them fuck it. Let the person pass me the race. That's called Lord, you didn't go ahead. I got that definition.
A goal is a goal, a watchman, a mark, like the other said, mark is where what you're trying to reach. And you notice it just said a goal.
A goal.
Yeah. On
finish line.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says on which to fix the eye, a mark aimed at. It says like the zoom scope on a.
Is that?
Yeah.
Damn.
Helps word studies.
Some kind of way. Go ahead.
It says. It says properly.
But look, that's the mark. Hey, it's to hit that. Hey, when you Esau made that out of a damn sport. So hell, I don't hell. If you want to eat, right? Let's say you want to eat. Go ahead.
It says the end marker of
the end marker of a foot race. You see? Not gassing out. All right, go ahead.
It says the final objective, destination in the faith life, the unique glorification.
Oh, go back to that.
It says the final objective, destination.
Destination, man. Where you're from. See, and that's the thing. Hey, we know what we're doing. We hoping we're entering into our rest, man. You know? Like I'm saying again, the Lord brought us into this ministry to win, man. You can't have a loser's mentality, man. All right? Go ahead.
It says the final destination.
And also, when I ran track too, right? It wasn't just the hell. You had the 400, you had the 800, you had the 1600, you had the 100-yard dash, you had the long jump,
relay.
The relay. So really, it was a team sport, and they take those points, right, and they put them all together to see who won the race. So everybody got to play their part too.
The tally.
You see? Yeah. And it go by score. Well, you came first, second, right here. You came second.
Yeah.
And that's how you put them points there.
Yeah. Isn't one race, and one race is not running every single one of those races. It's a team. It's good.
Yeah. There's a whole team.
One team might be good at the relay. The other one might be good at the jump. The other one might be good at
Yeah, that breakdown is getting more and more deep.
So it's about the collective thing too. You got your own personal race, all right, but also it's a thing of the body too.
Yeah,
you know.
That made me think about that lesson. Apostle McCarthy did a few words lesson. He was talking about how we a team, right? One person can't let how they feel about somebody on the team fuck the team up. You know, you can't be getting all because the Lord blessed you. The Lord blessed you with a high amount of knowledge and skill. You can't look down on the younger brothers. Hey, the Lord will give one of the younger brothers, because he's a righteous brother too, give him something to tell you. And if you can't receive anything humbly, you'll just be out there being a fucking idiot.
It's like each man is kingdom day by day. Right?
Yep.
Whether one man is Lord, one is just, whether a man is light.
Yep. You know? And some every day of life. Yep. It says the final objective in the faith life.
The final, I like that definition. Read it over again, man.
It says the final objective / destination in the faith life.
In the faith life, all right. Go ahead.
I.e., the unique glorification the Lord awaits. No. The unique glorification the Lord awards to each believer at his return.
Oh man, that's beautiful. Now you can read about that in what? Second Ezra, right? When he crowned all those men. All right? It says what those that stood so simply, man. Because why? They finished. All right? They did what was required of. They did what was required of them, man. All right? Go ahead. Hey, that's why y'all was trying to say there be some standing here. What? That should not change stuff, man. All right? Because why? Those men, they gonna hold, man. All right? Go ahead.
It says, it says in.
I got something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says in marker is only used in Philippians 3 and 14. Scopos represents the end marker goal in the race of faith.
Yeah, in the race of faith. So we all running our own personal. First of all, you racing basically against yourself. All right. You got to compete against yourself first. All right. The race is straight up against yourself, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Like you was going into mental.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that's been coming out. A couple of brothers said today, one on the show and one on in a group. It was like, man, hey, you gotta fight yourself first.
Yeah, because it's the thing of the flesh. It's conquering the flesh.
That's the third time I heard that today.
Conquering the flesh, man. All right. Locking in through the spirit. Okay. What does the scripture say?
Philippians 3 and 15. It says, let us therefore, as many as be perfect, be thus minded. And if any,
okay, you got it.
Okay, don't take you straight now. Okay, man, love and respect and
All right, you stop right there. You stop right there.
it says, be thus minded. And if anything you be otherwise minded, God shall reveal even this unto you.
Stop right there.
So, hey, sometimes the Lord will reveal it through one of the brothers in the camp. It don't always have to be the older brother over you. It could be one of the younger brothers, humbly speaking, man. And if you would disregard it, like, who's this little dude? You know, it's not about how long you've been in the truth, man. If you suspect this man to be righteous man, you're supposed to be even across the board, man. You know, worldly things, man, tell us to go against and hate one another, man, and mistreat one another. That's a part of Esau's plan. And there's a lot of niggas out here calling themselves Israelites, and they working out of Esau's plan, a plan to be against the brother that look like you, over foolish fucking pride, man.
This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. It says, wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great of clouds of witness.
Let us. Hey, you got brothers out there that's just followers. You know, they looking at us one video, then they looking at another video, and they see it, like when I was in the world, I was trying to escape nigga shit, man. That's not supposed to creep into the truth, man. You know, that mentality of I gotta be better than the guy next to me. The scriptures say, condescend to men of low degree. You know? Hey, the Lord said what? Be ye as this little child. Why? Because the child is humble, man. The child is being taught. You know what I'm saying? The child is being controlled, man. So we gotta, the whole world is going to come against us. We can't be against us either, man. What the fuck?
It says, let us lay aside every weight. It says, and the sin which doth so easily beset us.
And that petty stuff, man, push it to the side. Just do the work, man. Go ahead.
Let us run with patience.
All right, there you go. Let us run with patience. All right. Great. Let us run with patience. So when we run this, that's what? That's pace, all right? You can't in the race, right? Listen, a long distance race, right? First out running, all right? Or what? You're gonna fail, all right? You still got 8 more laps left. You done gassed out on 1 lap.
Patience.
You know? Like the brother's reading, the race is not given to the swift or the strong. So you can be fast. You should have ran 100 yards. You should have ran 100 yards. Yeah. You know? You picked the wrong, but this is a race of what? Of endurance. All right? And we got examples of that. Look at the apostles. Look at Elder Ramla. Look at Apostle Tahar. Look at Apostle Carr. All right? Elder Big Guy. And it's just not them, it's elders under them. That's been in 25, 30 years. See? now we came to this. Hey, I expected America to be over. First 5 years I was in.
Man, bro.
Who knew 16 years later? You know, 15, 16 years later. Like, damn.
Hey.
This shit is happening,
Hey,
bro.
ourselves, we got
Tomorrow.
out,
This shit
You know
is
what I'm saying?
happening.
Now we seeing the vision, you know. But it's a thing of faith. Well, hey, you got to go out there and teach. The ministry don't stop, man. And one monkey don't stop no show. You know. These niggas, these guys that fall out and don't get videos. You've seen that plenty of one monkey don't stop no show, bro. You can make all the videos you want. All right, try to combat the truth once you once taught. All right, but it ain't stopping nothing.
It's the same cycle. They talk shit until they run out of gas and then they eventually disappear. And then when something big happened, they pop their camera back on, hit the live button like they've been around.
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
Right, it says who did wrong, who did hinder you?
Who did hinder you?
That you did not obey the law of the Lord.
Well, Apostle Paul spoke about Satan and Satan jumped on him. All right? So that's why it's important you stick to certain things in these truths, man. All right? Hey, my granny, she always had a saying. She said, idle hands is the devil's workshop. All right? So you got to make sure you're working, man. All right? Even when you're not working, you should be working. All right? Yeah. Everything is the spirit, man. You know? You got to always have your spiritual eyes open, man.
Yeah. That's what the scripture said. In his Father, I meditate day and night. Man, so you live your life according to watching your steps, man. Making sure you're in the right spirit. Making sure you ain't, Satan ain't crept in and got you going off, man. Hey, when brothers talk to you, listen to them, man. You know, we're killing the parts of ourselves. The scriptures say mortify your members, right? I can't mortify his member. But what I can do to help is if the spirit come on me to say, hey, brother, you're going off, you did this and that. You know, that can help him get to the point where he mortifies his member. But if there's no conversation that's going to be taken, then you're going to have to deal with that problem. You're going to eventually get worse and worse, man. You know? I believe the Spirit of the Lord to say something didn't work out so well. You know? And that's hey, bro. Don't stop no show. And ain't no one monkey gonna go and wake up the elect. The elect are already being sealed, man.
Don't come to laugh.
It says, let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
The race that is set before us, man. So the things of the ministry of the Lord are what set before us. The trials and the tribulations as part of the ministry. All right? If you catch a hell, guess what? You gotta have patience. All right, it's really what? Woe to you that have lost patience. All right? Do that, hey, because you should have got tired, right? Do that stop the race? Because it's somebody that's hungrier and that wanted more than you. You just become a goddamn loser. You know? What is that scripture? And the servant, he smited. He smited the other servants, something like that. He began to smite the other servants.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Time. Verse 2. Looking unto Yahweh.
Was you still holding the scripture?
Yeah, I'm holding one.
Yeah. What you calling to? Yeah, I'm saying the word. What you read, son?
I was reading 1 Corinthians 9:24.
Okay.
Looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith.
Yeah. You see, the author and the finisher. He showed us. He showed us how it's done. All right. He showed us how it was done, man. All right. He got up on the. He took the L. All right. even though he was the son of the Most High, guess what, man? Hey, he didn't even have no place to rest. He caught hell. You see? He was tempted by Satan. You see? So how much more us, man? Us coming back becoming the sons of the power, man. You know? If the son of the Heavenly Father went through all this shit, all right? You think we're just we just exempt? No.
And the scriptures told us we're not exempt. It said, you know, no servant is greater than his Lord. So that means we're going to, he said, you enter into what? Hamashiach sufferings.
That's right.
You know?
It says, who for the joy that was set before him.
And nothing, brother, mention the suffering. Hey, suffering, and you learn from suffering.
Yeah.
You know? Suffering builds patience, man. You learn from it, man.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why suffering around you tougher. The suffering makes you tougher, bro.
So affliction is a must. Whether it's financial, your body, mentally, you know, hey, affliction is a must, you know. That's what comes with. That's what builds you up. That's what builds up your character, you know. Gives you more character. That's a person that's been a silver spoon motherfucker, right? That's been given something their whole life.
Yeah.
You know, they have no character. Most of them don't have any character, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And then their dads grow up and pass the company to them, and a lot of them run the company into the fucking dirt. Because they've been a spoiled brat all their fucking
Now
life.
you just having a company. The person is just giving everything.
Yeah.
You know, they eventually when they get into the real world, they destroy you.
Yeah. Destroy them.
Destroy them.
Hey, that's why the scriptures say, chastise thy son and hold him to labor, man. Or at least his lewdness offend thee, man. You know?
It says, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame.
Endured the cross, man. What is that? Somebody can read that?
I got that Matthew 24.
Okay, so we get that. Take on my yoke.
It says, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh.
He endured all that because he was looking for something greater. So same thing with us. We endure this present world. We deal with the bullshit. All right. Because why? We're looking for something greater, man.
We desire a kingdom wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Hey, I'll just quote Peter. That's what Peter said. What manner of man are you to be?
Yeah.
All right. And the Lord wants us to. He wants us to be men of integrity. All right. Patient man. Okay. You know this thing. Hey. Even because what does Scripture say? That much knowledge comes wisdom. No. With much wisdom, knowledge comes sorrow. You see? So we're having that sorrow. You got to have the patience or the wisdom to not to fly off the damn handle of every little situation.
I got a scripture on endurance.
Yeah, you just can't uppercut anybody that gives you a guy, even though you want to.
Yeah,
you want to. Go ahead, brother.
No, you do.
You know, even though you be wanting to do shit, man.
That's what the scriptures say. Be ye angry and sin not, man.
Yeah, man. If you gotta whoop, sometimes you want to whoop your woman's ass. Because that's the worst. That's the worst demon. A goddamn woman. You be like, man, I want to, beat this bitch up. Yeah. You know? but you can't. All right?
Man. Yeah, you gotta take
it. You gotta take it.
On the cheek.
Go ahead.
James 1:12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
You see, blessed is the man that endureth temptation. So that man is blessed. Go ahead.
For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life.
When he is tried, see, we're tried daily, man. Go out daily, we're tried, man. When he is tried. Go ahead.
It said, which the Lord.
Another word for tried is tested.
Yeah.
You know? True.
Yep. It says, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him.
The Lord hath promised to them that love him.
It says, for consider him that endureth such contradiction. I know how to say it, it's going to be out my mouth. Contradiction of sinners against him, these ye be weary of and faith in your minds. That was
This is Matthew 11:29 said, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light.
Matthew chapter 24. 24 and
But that wasn't the one.
Luke 14,
Right. God, that's the one I want.
This is Luke chapter 14, verse 27. It says, and whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple.
Right, so you gotta bear that cross, man. And you can't. Hey, a perfect example was if not, he gonna make you bear it. If you're a man of the Lord, he gonna make you act Jonah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to deal with it anyway. You know, predestination, man.
you got to deal with
And
yourself.
that word cross can also go into the word self-denial.
Yep.
So you're denying yourself.
This is Matthew 24 and 46. It says, blessed is that servant whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
Right, so find those doing what, man? Hold it fast, man. All right. It's going to become a time that we won't be able to come out here. But what you don't have to be doing, keeping your integrity, you know, hold fast, good believing. All right.
Especially in that time, hey, this teaching. It kind of like after you teach, man, they kind of like get weight off you, man. Imagine when you can't teach no more. How crazy is going to be out here, man. When these videos are not going up on the internet no more, people are not going to have their voice. They're not. People going to be sealed, man. They're going to be sealed whether in righteousness or in wickedness, man. They're going to be destroyed if they're wicked, man.
Ezekiel 94. Mark. Well, no, those you got the mark of the righteous, but then you're gonna have what? The ones that's gonna take the mark of the beast.
Yep.
That's what you're gonna be sealed with, man.
Yep. No, the quote that scripture. It says, say not I have sinned, and what harm has happened unto me. You know, and people, there's a lot of people doing that. Hey, I've been sinning all my life, but the Lord ain't killed me. The Lord ain't done nothing. I'm doing pretty good for myself. I'm okay. But then, when this trouble really break out, you're gonna lose all of that. Hey, people gonna be going to the ATM machine, and if the ATM machine is even on, they ain't gonna be able to draw no money out. They're gonna reset. They're gonna do a reset on this place, man. And when they do, the old currency is gonna be gone, and they're gonna have a new form of currency. But you gotta take this to buy and sell, man. You gotta take this. And people ain't gonna be ready. People gonna flip out. People gonna be looking at their kids. Then niggas gonna want to remember what we've been saying. Then they're gonna, oh man, the Israelites said, what was his name? You fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where that mental endurance gonna come in, man.
Yeah. It said, verily I say unto you that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayed this coming.
What's that nigga name? Nigga in Mississippi, right? He's an evil servant right now, man. All right. He's saying what? My Lord delayed. Hey, listen, you don't gotta exactly say my Lord, delay of his coming, right? You do about what? The doctrine you start teaching, right? Start being self-willed, man. You know, you don't gotta be like, because basically niggas get tired. But hey, it'll become a time, nigga like that. Give them a couple more months. It's gonna be a video 1 week. All right, 2 videos this week, 1, and a video every 3 weeks until you don't see the nigga no more. You know,
because evil men gonna wax worse and worse, and the worse that they wax, they being the good in them is being spilled out at the bottom, and the evil in them is being filled up at the top.
It's written, they that worship me to worship me in spirit and in truth. You see? And that's another reason why you don't see a lot of these camps really like actually pushing like great meals. All right, because the spirit, you can see who the spirit is actually with. Marching is not part of it.
Looking cute, no, that
you know what I'm
bullshit,
saying?
man.
That ain't gonna mean nothing. What about your faith? All right, yeah, all right. We the Israelites. Are you telling people about the evil that's coming?
Yeah.
You know, shit, man. Look, it ain't that easy, man. You become an Israelite, that's it. Hell no. That ain't it, man.
It says must.
Yeah.
It's like this being
It's about truth, man.
must.
That's go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna back it up like it just says in the book of Hebrews. It says him that believeth on Yahweh Shah must believe that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Like that's like a must. Like there ain't no option that you have like, well, I'm gonna just do it this way. That's no. You must worship the Lord in spirit and in truth.
Do you pay attention to my guys? You go to the dudes, they don't even got their own page of them just teaching. These guys only got their own personal page. So they don't even know how to really teach on their own like that, man. You know?
It says, but and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord, the land is coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken.
All right, basically go back into the world. Go back into the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is. But talking shit about you.
Yeah, man. Hanging with niggas, you talking shit about us, but you in a bar hanging with niggas. You know, they talking about hitting bombs and committing adultery. You sitting there, looking crazy, man. Hey, I mean, get rid of that scene, but people, they start. It's talking about the progression of them sliding back into the world. Because when people go back into the world, some of them just go back into the world. We had a nigga just give us his garments there. I ain't doing it.
The scripture says don't let bitterness. I'm mainly, but don't let bitterness get a hold to you. Take over you. Can't be bitter. All right. And you read about Ezekiel. He said, "I feel this in the truth. There was what bitter in my belly." So you can't let the bitterness overtake you, man. You know.
I got a scripture. Just because you said that word, that was it. Okay. Hebrews 12 and 15 says, looking. I'm going to start at 14. Follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. Looking diligently, lest any man fail.
That's the one I was reading earlier. Go ahead.
Fail of the
last night. I was reading that last night. I was putting in a couple words and putting up things.
It says, looking diligently, lest any fail of the grace of Yahweh Shai, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you.
Yeah, root of bitterness. Scripture speaks about what's that in Matthew? It gives you the parable of the sword. Grab that real quick. Go ahead.
It says, and there be many defiled.
Yeah, there be many defiled.
Yeah, because a lot of people went out that way through bitterness, man. A lot of people went out that way. And you know, a lot of you men, you can't see that you're doing the same thing all those other men did when you was in the camp. You know, instead of coming humbly and saying, hey, brother, I'm sorry, man. You know, so and that's a scary thing because you out here doing all this evil, and the Lord will allow you to do it to forward your own affliction, man. To forward your destruction, man.
On demise.
You know? We want the Spirit to guide us, man, away from shit like that. You know, to hedge us, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta learn. Sometimes it's good to feel that bitterness, man.
Yeah.
Because when you have that bitterness or that spirit of heaviness on you, man, it makes you want to get the fuck out of this place. You know what I'm saying? You're like, man, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Yeah. You know? You use that bitterness to call upon the Lord, man. And have him to pray that he have mercy upon you, man. So you can get the fuck out of here. You know?
That's true. Scripture says, when I am weak, when I'm weak, he is used to be strong. I got something real quick, man. This is Job 27.
Nigga just be bitter.
That's that
nigga just drunk.
Yeah, that's that Royal Swing spirit, man.
Nigga come to camp drunk. Nigga drinking in the middle of the week on Tuesday, Wednesday.
Like you got stung in the eyes by bees,
You know?
eyes all puffy.
Like, goddamn, nigga.
This Job, man.
Ain't never wrong having a drink, but, you know.
Right. In moderation, man.
No,
I mean, shit. Oh, God.
It says, looking diligently, lest any man fail with the grace of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Yeah. Lest any and thereby be many defiled.
Yeah, this is Job 27:1. This is Job 27:1. He said, and moreover, Job continued his parable and said, as the power liveth, who hath taken away my judgment, and the Almighty who hath vexed my soul. All the while my breath is in me, and the spirit of the power is in me, in my nostrils. My lips shall not speak wickedness, nor my tongue utter deceit.
Yeah, so Job said no matter what.
Yeah.
You know? Like if I got the spirit of the Lord on me, hey man, I'm gonna worship you like this, man. You know, I won't let the things of this world get me down, man. You know, I won't want to carry that bitterness with me, you know, or I won't let the bitterness overtake you, but also affect my judgment.
Right.
You know, doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
Start getting weak.
Yep. Start lashing out.
Sirach 14:1. It says, blessed is the man that have not slipped with his mouth, and is not pricked with the multitude of sins.
Yeah, read that over again.
It says, blessed, Sirach 14:1. Blessed is the man that have not slipped with his mouth.
Yeah, blessed is the man that have not slipped with his mouth. Go ahead.
And is not pricked with the multitude of sins.
It's not pricked with the multitude of sins.
Blessed is whose conscience have not condemned him, and who is not fallen from his hope of the Lord.
Have not fallen from his hope of the Lord, man. All right, so the way you're going about things, the way you're doing things, the things that you teach you. All right? The Lord said, blessed if you have not been what? Over again. You have not slipped with his tongue.
Pricked with the multitude of sins.
Pricked with the multitude of sins, you know.
Conscience ain't condemned you.
You know?
Yeah, you just Lord ain't doing nothing last time. You gotta do it again. You know? Hey, you know, we all sin, you know what I'm saying? But you're not supposed to be consistently troubled with latent sin, poured over, doing the same wickedness and not being able to be rebukable. You know? For peace, in order for peace to be established, there's got to be correction, man. Anybody can be corrected, man.
He said, the power forbid that I should justify you till I die. I will not remove my integrity from me. My righteousness I hold fast.
Oh, see, oh man, that's beautiful.
And will not let it go.
Hold on, will not remove my integrity, my righteousness. That is written in Revelation. Hold fast that which I have. You see? So you're not supposed to, cast these things about, Go ahead.
My righteousness I hold fast and will not let it go.
That's why scriptures say, because you read in Hebrew, it's impossible for them to, because that's, we're going to finish that.
He said, not let it go. My heart shall not reproach me so long as I live. Let my enemies be as the wicked.
Right.
And
that goes into not being your conscious identity.
Yeah.
All right, because when you get weak, you want to say that evil root of bitterness. All right, you ain't got no belief in yourself, and then you just sin and you just go off and be through because you ain't got no faith in yourself. Like you ain't got no what they call it intestinal fortitude, and then you beat yourself up and you condemn your own self because you know what's right.
Yeah, because faith can't be reestablished because you blocking it off to be on yourself. And, you got to reestablish. Part of standing fall is being reestablished. You can't reestablish that connection. You just I'll just go and fall out. You fighters. Fight the good. Fight the, and you know what? War zone, you ain't got time to be fucking weeping over nothing, man. That's on the line. Your life that can be destroyed. We on the battlefield. We got to look at it. I know if we water shells will fall down and boom, we dead. It's the worst kind of battle, a mental battle, man.
Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 4. For it is impossible for those who were once enlightened and have tasted of the heavenly gift and were made partakers of the Holy Ghost and have tasted the good word of Yahweh.
Yeah, because it's something that's precious, man. And for you to just cast it off, man, the Lord look, I gave you one chance. I ain't in the two chances, motherfucker. Now you do got the prodigal son. But Paul said it's impossible. You see? But it's written, the Lord will have mercy on whom he will have mercy. But you don't want to play with that. You don't want to play with that, man.
Say not I sin and what harm has happened unto me.
You want to put yourself in that boat.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A little bit of feeling. Soft shoe in it.
Hold on.
yeah, you got to finish.
It says, and have tasted the word of Yahweh.
It's a good word of Yahweh. All right.
And the powers
Go ahead.
of the worlds to come.
And the power of the world. When you and the powers of the world, you taste the kingdom of heaven. Heaven, man, you get to taste the kingdom to come, man, when you're dealing with this word, man.
You ain't got the food yet, but you.
Yeah, it says, if they shall begin unto repentance, seeing they crucified to themselves the Son of power afresh. and put him to an open shame.
That's what you did, man. Put him to an open shame. Babe, you. There's in the Lord, man.
Because this truth is a beautiful God, man. When you in the truth, when you truly in the truth, it's a love of dedication, man. You know, you dedicate your life to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? It's selfless, man. It's not about you. You know? Because the Lord is the power. And then you find out he's for you and he's for the justice of you and your people. And that adds even more to it, man. You know? And anybody who's faking it, anybody ain't coming in the right spirit, man. Judgment gonna begin at the house of God, man. Anybody who's faking it, playing around, you know, got secret alts and grudges, you know, but you're standing right next to a brother, you know, that's gonna be a problem when the Lord, man, in the coming days, man, if you don't get it corrected, man, fixed. You gotta look down on the army, and then you look down at you compare. They a bunch of they beefing with each other.
But they hate you. Battlefield, I ain't doing shit.
Bro.
So,
This is
We'll get that,
this is Proverbs 28, when the wicked rise and men hide. Proverbs 28.
Are you go?
Matthew 13 and 18. It says, hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. And anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth it not, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart.
Right. And you see that, right? You might teach it, or you might have somebody that might hear the truth, right? And guess what? They allow Satan, which it just wasn't meant for him, right? According to what? All right, give me Isaiah real quick.
Hey, the wicked one mostly be that. Hey, Jacob pull them up and they woman. The wicked, in most cases, be they woman pulling their arm.
Real quick.
It's Isaiah 6 and 9.
Yeah.
6 and verse 9. People hear ye indeed, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. The heart of this people fat.
Basically, the Lord got you blind. How many people walk around and still eat pork? Still won't obey the gospel. But that just makes their judgment worse. Go ahead.
It says, and make their ears heavy and shut their eyes. Lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their hearts and convert and be healed.
Now that happened to us. All right, the Lord, He allowed us to see, He allowed us to hear. All right, and we was converted and healed. Through what? Through the word of the Heavenly Father. Go ahead.
It says, then said I, Lord.
You can stop right there. Okay.
It says 13 and finishing 19. It says, this is he which received seed by the wayside. But he that receiveth the seed into stony place, the same joy receiveth, yet have he not root in himself.
All right, he ain't rooted now. It's scriptures about the Paul speaks about being what? Rooted, grounded in the truth, all right? That's why one of the first things to tell brothers, hey, when they come in, you read your foundation yet? What's your foundation? The first 5 books, all right? Because you got to build. You just don't build a fucking house, all right? When you build something, matter of fact, look up the word foundation. That and in the scriptures.
You can't build a house without a foundation. And a foundation is hard, man. It's based on terrain. You know what I'm saying? So if you build a house on the hill, you got to measure everything to where it's level. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You may have to re-pour. You know, it's not an easy task. Building that foundation.
You got to be done right.
Yep.
About doing it right.
You got to be done right.
my man used to call it, you gotta make it sure. You gotta make it sure because the earth foundation is give and anything because it's on sand, it's on all type of stuff.
And just like the build, you can't cut corners.
Yeah.
You building shit.
hell
And
yeah.
eventually it's gonna break. Same thing with this truth. So if you're cutting corners, when this hell break out, you're gonna be. Hey, the scripture speaks about that. Give me that. The house that was built on sand, man. Grab me that real quick. If you talking about, and what's our foundation? Yahweh Shai, right? And what? The Lord said what? I come in the volume of the book, right? So whether it's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Numbers, Joshua, Obadiah, Ezra, Matthew, John, okay? You gotta have your foundation of it, man. Hey, that's the first thing you read.
It says, and everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand.
Yeah, that build his house upon the sand. Well, that wasn't sand, sand moving.
Yeah.
You know? And you even got something called quicksand, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That house is gonna go down. That house represents your ass.
A strong storm come, that house is gonna flip
You
over.
know? It might stand for some time.
Yeah.
Get some good nights, but when the storm comes,
Oh my God.
man, and usually sand is about what? Sand is about a water, man.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what the worst storms is. It's coming off the water.
Go ahead.
It says, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell.
And it failed.
And great was the fall of it.
And great was the fall of you. All right? Great was the fall of man. Yeah, word foundation. Come on.
I looked up, to really get straight to the point, it says,
This should be one of the scriptures too. No, you
I
can
got
look up that one too, Rob.
this is the etymology. The one that's the most soundest one is basically a solid base of a structure.
And that's it. But what's the solid base of our structure? Yahweh Shai. All right? So your house has got to be built upon Yahweh Shai. You know? But I was mentioning the first 5 books because that's what we tell brothers to first read. You know? It's an order to things. You know, hey, brother, have you read your foundation? That's what we call it. Have you read your foundation yet? You know? Go ahead.
That was really the only good one that was talking about.
Anybody else have?
Yeah, I
You
got
got
it.
it.
I'm just gonna read the point. In the Greek is themelios, and it says metaphorically the foundations, beginnings, first principles.
Oh, it's not Genesis. It's called, what does Genesis mean? The beginning. The beginning. Go ahead.
It says first principles of an institution or system.
Hold on. First principles and what?
Of an institution or system of truth.
And then you what? You got the laws. You got the laws. What the Lord was giving. So when we call the foundation, man, we on point with that. The spirit, man. You see?
Most books have, when you first open it up, it has a foundation. Even some books even tell you how to read the book. What's found on what page and stuff. That's that basically guides you how to read this book and how to understand this book. That's what the first 5 books say. It guides you and it gives you an understanding. It gives you a foundation on how to,
So like when you write a paper, you got the introduction, you got the body, and you got the conclusion. But the introduction, your thesis statement, basically your conclusion is a restatement of your introduction. So your introduction basically lets you know the gist of what's going on. You don't let you know the particulars, but you get the gist of it. It's like the scriptures, the foundation is the gist. Because once you start going into the particulars in Jeremiah and Isaiah, if you don't know what was going on in Numbers or Judges or Chronicles or Kings, then certain things that the prophet said, you're not going to know when it's twofold, or when it's,
Even the Lord who's calling Isaiah, like Isaiah says, such and such.
But Paul didn't even say all the time. He would say, as it is written.
As it is written.
You had to go and, it's Esther we're talking about.
What has happened to you?
Yep.
You got to go back to the foundation, You got to be rooted and grounded there, man. Go ahead.
Yep. It says the rudiments, first principles.
There's a word for rudiments. You know? Go ahead.
First principles of Christian life and knowledge.
First principles of Christian life and knowledge. Man.
Or another word for the anointing.
Yeah.
So the Lord gave us the anointing. So then how do we go about being anointed? You know, how do you go about being an Israelite? You know,
By coming under the yoke.
it says a course of instruction begun by a teacher. Hamashiach is called the Elimios, right? Because another word for it was a foundation stone.
Yep. Or the chief cornerstone. Yeah, I will shine.
It says a solid and stable spiritual possession on which, resting as on a foundation, they may strive to lay hold on eternal life. This is the Thayer's Greek lexicon. That's the one that's giving all that extra stuff here. Go back to the. It says Matthew 13 and 20. It says, but he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy received it, yet hath he not root in himself.
Yet he have no root in himself, man. He ain't stable, man. All right, go ahead.
But dureth for a while.
Endure just for a while. All right. Somebody come out to the highways and byways, you know. Go ahead.
For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended.
Right, so some people, they can't deal with the tribulation. They can't deal with the hardship of the truth, man. But they fold. They fold, man. You know? Go ahead.
Even I'm going through too much. I can't do it no more. The hell with them, man. They can't take it.
It says, he also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word.
Right, basically, what is it written? No man that warreth, all right, and taking himself with the affairs of this life, man. All right. So when you in this ministry, man, you can't be entangled into this world. Or put it like this, you can't be too deep into this world. Because you got to deal with the world, the things of the world. Start to get the drunken, and so you become part of the world, man. You know? Go ahead.
It says,
the scripture when Paul mentioned somebody, forgot who he said he loved the world.
Things of the world.
But Paul was talking about somebody that was in the ministry. You see?
and left him for the world.
Yeah, they left him because why? He couldn't let go of the world, man. You see? Now, have we seen that?
Yes.
Right, this is 2 Timothy 4:10. Now Damas have forsaken me, having loved this present world, and is departed unto Thessalonica and preaching to Galatians. Titus until Dalmatius here. But the point is, what he loved the world, man. That what he told you he left the ministry, you know. I'll read verse 11 too. It says, "Only Luca is with me. Take Mark and bring him with me, for he is profitable to me for the ministry." Going on.
Right. It says Matthew 13 and 22. He also that received seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful.
Another thing, like, you can still have certain things to still be in the truth, man. There's certain things you can still enjoy. You know? What you got? Go ahead.
Love not the world. This is 1 John 2:15. Love not the world. Neither the things that are in the world.
Yeah, these are the things that are in the world. So you're not supposed to love those. You're supposed to be able to let go of those things. When it comes down to it, you can leave that shit. You can instantly leave it, man.
Right.
You know? Go ahead.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Right. If you can't find yourself letting go of the things of this world, man, then the love of the Father is not in you. You got to remember, it's written. Peter said, the fashion of this world passeth away. That's another reason why man fall out. What's the nigga name down there in fucking Atlanta? Yahweh. That's a perfect example of a nigga that loved the world, man. And like I said, you can have nice things, bro.
Right.
First of all, we Israelites, man. You know, ain't nothing wrong with having a nice pair of pants and a shirt and some shoes. Some chicks like to be clean. But when you willing to lie or cheat, steal for it, man, you know, or you just so engulfed into that shit, then your ass is cool, man. You're vain. You're all into yourself, man. And there's really a woman's spirit, man, right? Because it says Lot's wife was a testament of an unbelieving soul. She looked back because why that bitch loved Sodom and Gomorrah. The Lord said, don't look back. The scripture said, no man that taketh his hand from the plow is fit for the kingdom of heaven. All right, this is a do or die thing, man. You do or you die. All right. And if you're doing it, and you do die during the process, that's even a greater salvation. You know. The Lord, hey, you got a reward stored up in heaven for you, man. All right, for dying for the truth. A beautiful death, man.
Yeah, all that vain apparel, man. You know, hey, when this shit crack, man, we're gonna be as pilgrims. We're not gonna be able to stay in that place. So that means all this shit that we accrued, this junk, that we've accrued over all the time of our miserable fucking life. Yeah, you can't eat. If you can't eat that shit, you're not gonna carry it. You know, you can't eat no fucking joints.
We in the bush and the jerky.
You know, can't eat no house on the hill. You know, in the best neighborhood of Fishers, Noblesville, Zionsville. You know, you can't eat that shit. Food factories are burning every couple of months. There's a new food factory burning. Every other day, there's a new disease coming out. Mm-hmm. Hey, the new one is double pneumonia. It killed all 3 people who came in contact with it. It killed the patient, the nurse, and the doctor. Shit. And not only that, it killed like 4 or 5 more people. Yeah, some kind of double pneumonia. Yeah. So man, you know.
Ezekiel 7:12. It says, "The time is come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn, for wrath is upon all the multitude thereof."
The buyer or the seller rejoice, man. The wrath is upon them, man. So you won't get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And either way, it's the fruits of your labor. If you work, you labor to buy that shit. You know? labor. And that person labored to sell you the shit, you see?
Verse 13. It says, for the seller shall not return to that which he sold, although they were yet alive.
You see? Well, because what you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it?
He said, for the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life.
Yeah, so the things that you got in this world, it's gonna be non-profitable to you, man. They neither sell the what did it say?
It says, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life.
And that disgusting life you've been seeing, it's not gonna strip you in anything. It's over. All right.
Yes, sir.
But you don't want a sandwich.
Right.
You don't want a damn sandwich. Go ahead. Let's go back to
this is Luke 12 and 16. He said, and he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentiful, and thought within himself, saying, what shall I do, because I have no room where to bestow my fruits? And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and then will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast
You know, he said, you know what, I'm gonna add this, I'm gonna make some more money, plant some more of this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get rich, I'm gonna be able to relax. You see?
And that's crazy because even in the midst of, you know, the Great Reset, you got people still making videos saying, hey, look, invest in this, invest in this. Look, when this system goes down, man, this dude has cornered everything. It's going to shut everything down. I don't care if you got Bitcoin, whatever, man. He's getting control of all of this, man.
Yeah, Bitcoin, you good.
Hey, because they look, because it's taking, the things that's taking place, it's prophesied already, man. It's not going to be nowhere to escape. You know what I'm saying? If you got the things invested, man, like that's what you're just gonna conform to the system. All right.
It's when they place the stick
That's right. Yeah.
Now I don't know if they're gonna.
That's what that's going to.
If they're gonna do it as soon as they reset it.
But,
but either way, you're fucked.
Yeah.
It might be for the period of time that people that do have crypto. Might be able to steal that shit. Or off top, they'd be like, well, it's reset. Here go these chips. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, but we can actually see how it's gonna work because guess what? Because when they do that great reset and the cash is dwindled out, maybe they won't make it where you can only go to the banks to get cash. But guess what? That's gonna shut down all your hustlers, all the guys on the trumpet begging, all of that. So what do you think they're gonna resume to do?
I'm just
speculating, right.
But your Biden bucks might become, but your dollars might become Biden bucks. So whatever you got in the bank, and it's gonna be just cashless until they be like, okay, now we need you to convert to this. You get no more Biden bucks. The next Biden bucks is gonna be on the next wave of things. Right? Next month it's gonna be with the chip.
Well, but they're gonna ease you into it, but you gotta look at all the other. We looking at all the other nations. But all other nations are already, everybody's already in uproar. The only thing hasn't really been that many riots here is in America, man. All right, for like financial things, you know, we've been riots because of police brutality and stuff like that. But like far as finances, America hasn't hit it. It hasn't hit here yet, man. But when you got them bombs on them people that's out here begging and they can't.
It's actually like it's not a riot, but it's a class war on Wall Street right now. Literally. Which they're not telling them. It's a whole class war on Wall Street. And the hedge funds, they're about to take people's 401ks. 401ks, RIAs, what else? They got down there 401ks, those pensions, the water, pensions, you know,
That's what I'm saying.
and they signing certain shit, so they won't be able to be blamed for it, man. So they're literally about to take the economy. You know, they're rather to pay people out all their money. They're rather crash the economy to actually have to pay out certain people their money, man. Esau.
Yeah.
If I take an L, everybody taking an L. See, people don't even know about the war on Wall Street right now. It is a whole class war on Wall Street right now.
But you have to be involved with that to see that. They don't see that because people can tell us.
And we would have went directly into a recession if the retailers was actually selling off their stocks and certain investments. But they haven't been able to scare off the retailers.
Right.
So they haven't went directly into a straight up bull market, what they would call it right now. You know? So that's why the economy is really somewhat standing, because the retailers, you know,
Buying and selling.
you know, right? Exactly, buying and selling. But motherfuckers is buying and not selling.
Not selling, yeah. Hoarding.
Basically.
Hoarding.
You know? Go ahead.
All right, this is back at Luke 12 and 19. He said, "And I will say to my soul, so thou hast much goods laid up for many years. For many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But the power said unto him, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee."
Yeah, thou fool, this night shall. So you done stored up all this shit. All right, not even considering that what? It can be an economic collapse, you know, or hell, you can just die, you know, or things can just change just like that, man, with a blink of an eye.
And people are vain. People believe in these dumb fucking things, man. And we believe in the living power, man. You know, and the Lord, the same sins that Sodom and Gomorrah committed, this place committed. The Lord destroyed that place for that. And there's destruction coming to this place.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just being chipped away little by little.
How ye inhabitants of Mac.
Yeah, man. It's right now. It's the economy. So the economy is on the floor. All these places want to go to war with this country. You know, beefing. You know, hey, the president is a derelict.
Did y'all watch his address? I watched some of it. I'm gonna have to go on YouTube and see what certain things was said.
The president's son is a crackhead. He's smoking crack on YouTube.
And dealing with China, all type of crazy shit, man. That's unheard of, man. That was Obama kids doing some bro.
If that was Trump, they would have been.
Oh hell yeah, man.
If that was Trump, you know. This nigga Biden, his son, man, he wasn't the mother. Yeah. They should have been this damn devil, man. They should have been got him up out of there.
He's shaking hands with nobody, pointing at nobody. Ain't nobody back there. He's shaking hands with nobody.
At least Trump was trying to bring back the bulliness of America.
Right.
America look weak as fuck right now, man. You got that bitch, all right? What's her name?
Oh yeah,
Kabbalah.
Hey, cause she sat in the seat for a while.
Kabbalah.
He had a episode or something, and she had became it was like a test run, I think. But she was like acting president for a couple of hours, man.
Oh yeah, since you talking about the economy, you want to know how? You don't know how this place is over. I'm gonna read something. Hold on.
Yeah, my shit hot. I miss I ain't even miss. I gotta pay attention.
All right, listen to this. This is what somebody posted on Twitter, which I also said I can't find. Is this the article? That is the article. Hold on. Bank of America have launched a zero payment mortgage in 21 cities that can make it much cheaper and easier to buy a home.
I've seen that.
For minorities, for
Right.
Negroes and Latinos.
Right.
Now this, hold on, let me see.
Bank of America?
Yeah. Because it's through. It's through. It's done.
Now that it's over with.
Now that it's over, it's done.
They can get it. You can see it. You can see all these Jakes, man, telling people how to get millionaires, what you call it, life insurance, everybody how to build generational wealth. Them videos, that's never been happening, man. That knowledge wasn't known, not even 20 years ago, man. That knowledge was not. They letting that come out to the forefront now to keep them settled on their needs.
I'm just gonna read this one paragraph right here. It says the community affordable loan solution will be available in appointed markets, including in a historically Black and Hispanic neighborhoods located in Charlotte, North Carolina, Dallas, Detroit, Los Angeles, Miami. Those all expensive ass cities.
Shaking that too.
Right. Still, shit expensive.
Yeah, right.
Shit. It costs an arm and a leg to live in those fucking places. Shit. The place is more affordable, man. God damn. It says the plans require no mortgage insurance or minimum credit score. Instead, uses credit guidelines based on factors like rent, utility, phone, and auto insurance payments. To qualify, borrowers must complete a home buyer certification and course prior to that application. See? That's how this nigga get down, man. Now they talking about, oh yeah, well, I want to say, well, this is a big, no, it's not.
Right.
That should have been there then.
Yeah, but the scriptures also said they should think themselves to be in good case.
Right.
You know, hey, niggas see that? Oh, we know God, man, this is what I've been praying for. Lord, now I'm going to give up. Where's my house? You know? You get pacified easy.
That's like somebody.
20 and 10. Children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods.
Yeah, your ass still going to play. Right. No matter what.
Revelation 13:16. It says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor.
Right, he calls them all small because that's what he's going into. He's going into this system being done away with, man. All right, and a whole great reset, man. All right, he calls them all. All right, and he's going to do that. The only way you're going to be able to get your money, all right, is through what? Taking that chip, all right. Where you're going to be able to get your money to the bank. It's going to be all virtual. That's why it's written. Not just the seed, but go to 12 and 12.
12 and 12 says, there and he that dwell in them, and of the seed.
Right?
For the
seed to submit, you know. When you start taking your money, confiscating your vehicle. Rex 84 will tell you that. Vehicles, any
we're speaking on that. We was watching a video about Biden's addressing. What came up was majority opinion. Terms, which basically like an enemy combatant.
Yeah.
Anybody that don't. The Democratic.
And that's why it's written things and tell you, it's straight up tell you.
And that word that they use, it was a certain word. You say the same people that this is what they they were executed. Because they resisted when Germany invaded Poland, a certain part, they resisted completely. And then they gave in. You know, they waved the white flag. And then they still got executed. And the same word that the Germans used against word that was going to be used, that they used against, you know, Americans that don't have the majority opinion. You don't agree with LGBTQ. You, all right, you a nationalist.
Yeah, you believe in God.
Yeah, that mainly that.
You believe in God, you know? Like Project Mosquito, right? It says it says you believe in the Lord, you know? It says those things, man. You know?
Well, I did a video this week on these reporters went undercover, and they was talking about how principals don't hire teachers who are not if you're Catholic, they won't hire you, and if they're not Democrat, they won't hire you. And they like, well, how do you know? It was like the questions. We'll say things like, well, what do you think about kids and LGBTQ? And if they say things like, oh, well, I don't think the child is old enough to maybe that, then they're like, yep, we're not hiring. They're teaching the children to be progressive Democrats, which basically means to go along with the way of the world. And it was like a whole like expose on it. Like dude was getting exposed. Like the vice principal, he was totally breaking it down like this. And the lady, like, well, how do you do this without exposing, you know, because you ain't supposed to talk about religion and politics.
Right.
He was like, it's the question you asked. He was like, well, what about the parents? He was like, well, the parents don't even matter. You know, matter what the parents think. They're trying to create good, progressive Democrats. And he said the children will grow up only knowing that anything outside of that, you know. So that's the trying to create, to give life into the about integrity, right? Image, all right, and that's what he's trying to. We want them to be. The buzzword is progressive, all right. You're progressive, but basically that means that you're pro LGBTQ, okay. You're pro-choice. Basically, that means you choosing evil over good. That put dark. Because that's totally bitter. When you watch those movies are somewhat of miserable past, and those people were miserable. Those people were asleep, you know.
Project Megiddo is based on a 9-month intelligence gathering campaign by the FBI Domestic Terrorist Unit, which processed reports from various field offices. The efforts specifically target the activities of groups in connection with approaching the millennium. Identified as likely candidates for apocalyptic violence are sects and individuals who embrace Christian identity. So look, if you actually believe in the Bible, all right, look, you're part of that too. It says, and who believe in the Aryan race is God, chosen race. Identify and fuses a bizarre interpretation of the Old Testament with the belief in the idea that the Anglo-Saxons are descendants from the lost tribes of Black and his Project Megiddo ideology for friends groups along with the idleness and the other white supremacist Aryan nation sect, including faction threat of the millennial violence and are preparing for a race war to close the millennium, says Project Megiddo.
I got some.
That's good.
How preparing how? Hey, see, those other groups that act like gun fanatics. Themselves at the gun range.
Or you know, wife and child, what the God Christian family.
Yeah.
You know?
I got some. 2 Ezra 16 and 71 says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
Yeah, because they're gonna come into these cities, all right, lock it down like it says in what's that? Jeremiah says the lepers to watch over, and also in Jeremiah, judges and suffering, death and death, captivity to the captivity, you know, and because really, hell, they're the ones declaring war on the people. All right.
Yeah.
When you look at what's that? After 9/11, what was that they signed? The Patriot Act.
Yep.
They basically deemed U.S. citizens enemies of the state. See? Right. They're basically terrorism, man.
That's beautiful you said that, because now you just read about Project Megiddo, and then when you look at all of these bills that they put forth, and then we turn around and look at Korea, communist Korea, communist China, and all these places. When you look at communism, and then you pose a question, a guy sent us on TikTok. The guy said, okay, well, if we look at communism and it killed millions, well, let's look at how many capitalism it killed. And it's no comparison. Capitalism has killed way more. And then when you look at this,
or democracy,
democracy, but that goes up under capitalism.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So when you pose that question, and the article says, if communism killed millions, how many did capitalism kill?
Because that's the worst thing, man.
Yeah.
What's the other word?
Communism.
Communism.
Yeah.
Basically, fucking democracy is nothing but communism.
Basically,
hid under fucking democracy.
Matter of fact, that's what he said.
That's all it is.
And look what it said. When ideology,
they make you think that
think
you're free.
But hey, and then when you look at this society, look at Macy's. Look at Macy's.
That makes it worse.
Yeah, look at Macy's, the store Macy's, by communist star. Everything, when you see the lines of symbol, everything it says communism. Everything said, but he said when ideas become ideology, the price is us. So it's just all in the group of just killing people, man. so you know, you can't say one place is worse than others. Oh, we're against this, we're against this. Man, when you look at this place, man, because capitalism really is a more stricter way of living. You know what I'm saying? Because Korea you don't have all that propaganda on TV and all of that, man. You know, they control what goes on, man. But America gives you that oh yeah, you're free. You're not fucking free.
They got it. They just not under no illusion like
yeah, right. Nah, they don't
Which
blind
that
the
makes
people.
it worse.
Makes it worse. Right.
Nah. They know what's up. Like they know they, you know.
Yeah.
Democracy means rule of the people.
Yeah.
And what happens is this devil know. That's why there's always a tax incidence.
Yeah.
Because when there's a tax incidence, if you got the majority of the people saying we need more gun laws, we need more of this, they're influencing those opinions. Basically they're getting people to give up their own rights.
That's right.
Influencing it with their agenda. They're brainwashing you to basically kill your damn self.
To accept.
And then look, and they had to get the gun. Right, and to get those gun laws passed, what do? They stage acts and let them, hey, get that guy a gun and put an MK Ultra and let him go out there and kill mass people so we can get this bill passed. Hey, man, let this girl go get raped and give her abortion so we can get this bill passed. Man, it's fucking it's all bullshit, man. That's why we need the Yahweh to come back, man, so we have a high power to fear, man. A righteous ruler, bro. Yeah. Because this dude is not fucking righteous, man. He's fucking the this place is a fucking pit, man.
And he's not profitable. Like
Right,
Scripture
gone,
says,
gone.
in due time, the Lord gonna send somebody that's profitable. You know. Revelation 13:16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor,
Both small and great, rich and poor,
free and bond.
free and bond.
Oh, they had the people locked up from last year, where they was accept a mark, if they accept some type of implantable tracking device, then they can get released a little earlier. Which that happened twice. That happened like a year or two ago. Then it happened like 3, 4, 5 years ago. They put that on the table. So it says to receive a mark in their right.
That's another democracy. You know.
You can. It's a privilege. It's not a right.
Exactly.
Yeah, you get permission to do things. It says.
But it's really communism.
Yeah, it's really communism.
You know, democracy hidden under communism.
Or another word they use.
Or communism hidden under the word democracy.
Or another America would be a fitting term is an oligarchy, which is the rich and the elite. They the ones who because all of the legislation is dictated and determined by them.
Yeah.
When you look at America's first form, how they started taking power. When you watch it's the show on Netflix called Warrior. It's written by Bruce Lee, his writers, but they go into like the Chinese building the railroads and everything. They go into a lot of history.
Documentary?
No. It's a series, but it's kind of it got historical additions about it. And you hear about the Rockefellers, how they came and they would use their power and influence to dictate legislation. Now, the people who was owning the railroad tracks and the oils, they will do what they was funding the mayors and the politicians and the vice presidents, and then that's how they got into power. That's how they got Nixon to take gold off of the American dollar off the gold standard. Yeah. Or even I think it was William McKinley. That's how we got a Social Security number. Yeah. Because it was something happened and he said he apologized for it later. He was like, I fucked up. Like I gave them the American people. Yeah. So
you talking about the president?
Yeah, the president.
What's his name? Shit.
I think it was
he the one that signed to make the Federal Reserve wrote it into law. Shit, but it's
So you can't go and change out your
Woodrow Wilson. That's it. Woodrow Wilson. He said he actually quoted it. He said, "I think I have just he just made the people slaves, man." You got it?
Yeah. I looked up.
What's up, brother?
He's Venezuelan.
Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah. Even Venezuela. Shit, man. Whatever happened with that, man? They fucking hate America, man, because they know America was behind their little fall. Couple of years ago when they had the result eating the zoo animals and shit, and America was behind that.
And they brought Bitcoin to Venezuela too.
Yep.
That shit ain't working, Yep. So it basically like fucking collapsed again.
Yeah. And they don't want nothing to do with China. That's why they all fucking with it, trying to fuck with China. They don't want shit to do with America.
Oh yeah, I looked up that word in Revelation 13 and 16 because it said, and he calls it all, right? Because he's speaking about the craftiness of the devil. We were speaking about it earlier. Like he may let you enjoy your Bitcoin for a while, and then he put it on the system and be like, well, you got to get this to receive it here,
Not only Bitcoin, the stock market. I ain't never seen
more transactions.
Yeah. I ain't never seen this many. I ain't never seen this many Jakes, man, involved in the stock market in my life, man. Jake wasn't down with the stock market 10 years ago, but 20 years ago.
Bitcoin,
yeah, man.
But Jake making money on the stock market, man.
Yeah.
This one Benjamin
dude in jail. No, there's a dude in jail. Like they call him boss Something Wall Street. Something, I forgot his name. It's like
The Benjamite dude that teaches classes, man. And he a millionaire. You know?
I got something real quick. That's the point. Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty.
Yep, that's one of the devices, hey, to get you normalized into that market ideal, because the next form of currency is going to be a market-based currency. Okay, it's going to be digital currency.
But also, what's the shit they got going on in China? The score shit they got?
Oh, the social
the
credit
social,
score.
yeah, social credit
Yeah.
That shit
Yep.
too.
Yep.
Which we got that on a low level with the
Credit score.
yeah, and also with when you rate your Uber drive,
Yeah.
Right.
rate your Lyft drive,
Yeah,
rate.
yeah.
Cause that determines if you can too many bad ratings, you can't
Yeah.
right. And then they have you got to see that's why Black Mirror is such a good show.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. That show Black Mirror on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and they came out with that, and they look at Lord, fucking they on a major drought right now, man. Shit, and by them having the drought, electrical grid is going down. The brother posted that picture, got them living in fucking caves and shit.
Hey, they sleeping on rivers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Riverbeds, man.
What
They
was
might
that?
just
That's in China.
In China,
They
right?
fucked up,
You
man.
know you how you
they
sleep
got
on a river.
They got a major river that actually uses what you call it with the making electric with the dams and stuff to show it off. The Lord is drying up the river, man. Now they ain't got no electric. So hey, man, it's all going down.
Yeah, it's hella drought.
Yeah, man. Everywhere.
It's people out there
Come.
living in caves,
Go back
bro.
to solar living.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
We got going back to your Howard Shaw living, the Lord living.
And it's crazy because Lord is really messing up water. Because in Jackson,
Right.
Mississippi, they want to fuck
yeah.
shit.
That's what's up, bro.
To get back to the Shemite that we're in, the really walk in the world. But there's not many people that are even
That's right, brother. That's right.
This era in these so-called purpose synagogues and buildings.
That's right. That's what's up, brother.
The only way to find him is to find him for yourself.
Hey, bro, that's right. That's right.
Our body is the temple, so what else?
Right on, brother.
Fellow believers to make up the body, but Yeshua is the head of the body.
Hey, right on, brother. Yeah, keep going. All right, now. Go ahead, brother.
Also, I looked up that word causes, right?
Good. They can say, bring out to your own understanding.
Yeah.
They know, man. Solomon said, I went upon the streets. He said, my soul, whom I'm looking for. And he said, the watchman found me. He's going to fuck off. Go ahead and finish this, man. It says, so he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And when people say shit like that, man, that's a lazy way and really a thing of pride.
Yeah,
Say you have to come on demand, you know. So fuck the individual like that, man.
Yeah. You right up here, you right up here, and then you go all the way over there to talk to us, bro. Like,
Well, you spied first. You got to see what you're talking about.
Anyway, go ahead, bro.
I looked at the word cause in Revelation 13:16. It says,
You know, there ain't no other way to get into this.
that's why I just gave you got it, bro.
We the doorkeepers,
Yeah, I was
bro.
trying to just think
You got it.
like everybody got gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Esau got his gatekeepers,
Yeah.
right? The certain people, the Lord got his.
That's right.
Like, bro, what?
Yeah, feminine spirit.
Yeah.
Yo,
That's
you
right,
getting
that's
on
on
this, bro.
Right. It says, and he calls it all.
Heard that before. Said that.
Agree with that adversary quickly.
Go ahead.
Right. That word cause, one of the first words, it says manufacture. So the same way he manufactured these so-called tea events.
So I say, well, first, the main thing he fucking manufacture is a lie.
Yeah.
lie.
That was perfect.
It's a lie.
And it built all upon that lie, man. And that asshole last week. Why does that matter? Because it was a lie. The lie founded and was built on that shit.
It says,
That's why it matters.
it says, formed a conspiracy.
That's a perfect setup, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Jacob,
Why did it matter? Why did it matter?
Go ahead.
Damn, I ain't paying attention. It says, to construct. So it's basically like it's a so-called conspiracy for him to construct and create, all right, this system. And it just so happened that it's true. All right, people hear the word conspiracy and they think, oh, blah blah blah. But that's one of his. He manufactured you to think like that. The same way that vice principal, how they training those kids to be Democrats, to be progressive, and he literally said Democrats.
Yeah.
Socialist.
Yeah.
Yup. Yeah, man. All the shit that Americans were so called against in World War I and II.
Yeah.
Yeah, they bring it in here.
Hey, bro,
Yeah,
all
it's
the
here.
people died for that, all them damn wars and shit. And then here years later, you bringing that same shit that they was fighting for. It's like some law, founded in stone.
That's why Peaky Blinders are good at to
That
watch
is.
too.
That is.
Because that is supremely historic. It's very historical. Like it's kind of like in the background a little bit, but it's really not. But it's kind of in the background. But it's like, yeah, man, they constructed, which it goes back to that book, the protocols of the Elders of Zion. When they talked about they was going to create those different ideologies, fascism, communism, and all that.
Right.
And when you watch the Peaky Blinders, that show you how they implemented it.
Yeah.
You know.
Because that's a spiritual. That's a spirit. You have to look at the spiritual side of that. But they put the gangster, niggas gonna watch, oh man, all they killing is real gangsters. Oh man.
Because certain movements, first they just don't pop up.
Yeah.
A lot of shit is fucking constructed.
Yeah.
Certain movements, it be all set up by Esau.
Yeah.
Be all set up by Esau, man.
The civil rights.
All
the people died, all of that.
Black Panther,
Man,
all
and then what a nigga say? Oh, well, we fought, we died for that right to vote. Motherfucker, that shit was set up. They didn't die. They set that shit up for you to say exactly what you said.
Yep.
Many people died for that. No, they was sacrificed.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
Hell yeah, oh man, hell yeah. And look at that shit now.
When you really go into it, and you be like, damn, he was behind it the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time.
You see?
That's why what's the name? You got that puppet.
You say that the devil, he's the perfect devil, man.
Now it's coming out that the dude that was on Martin Luther King when he got shot, the dude that was pointing, he was working for the CIA.
See?
I'm like, bro, look at all this shit coming out, man. Because you at the end, man.
See?
What we used to say, shit on these piles so high.
Right.
After a while, guess what? It slides the fuck off, man.
Hey, I remember that picture like this.
Yeah,
yesterday.
bro.
You've seen it so many times, bro.
Yep. Now it's coming out. Hey, what the other dude say? Oh, Martin Luther King didn't die. He wasn't even dead. The fucking doctors killed him.
Right.
Dude said he smothered him and shit, man. He said he was still living.
And we
He
know
said, kill that
a
nigga.
lot of that shit that they were setting up, it was all go back to the 13th Amendment and all that shit they were setting up.
Yep.
To put you niggas back in slavery.
Yeah,
or make you corporate slaves.
Because the corporations own the prisons.
Yep.
The prisons privately owned and privately. Oh, you know the government got to pay a penalty if the prison beds ain't at 90%.
Yeah.
They gotta remain at 90% minimum.
That's crazy, man. You said that. I was just telling my wife.
That's why a lot of people get railroaded.
Yeah. I was going to get her, and she was like, well, she worked in Zionsville, and I was like, she was like, man, we'll go this way because you won't get stopped. Baby, it don't matter this way. I said, this place, they have to stop so many people. I said, it's all through the Lord. I said, I just pray. And I come pick you up. I said, she said, but why they out here? They be out roads, man. 3 and 4. You ain't never seen, I see this 1, 2 people over. I'm not a fuck you 4 people over. They got a quarter, yeah.
Wait a minute. So what if everybody's the law-abiding citizen that you're trying to uphold then? Then you try to uphold. Then what? The police officers ain't gonna get paid.
Right. No, they'll drop off a truckload of crack and fuck people or some new drug.
Usually what I see them do out here, they got the fucking. There's one be on top of the bridge.
Yeah.
And he be looking down the throw the car in.
And the other one be up so we go back.
Over 2 damn cars. Well, go ahead, man. Let's get a couple more scriptures.
Thessalonians 2:8. shall that wicked be revealed.
And that's the thing, he's being revealed in these last days. You know, the spirit of Yahweh Shai is this man. All right, we know the things that before you even do it. You know, we know your steps before you even do it. A lot of the things go come to pass.
Yeah.
Brother might say something that, hey, brother, it might do this, and it happened.
Yeah, it's like we was talking about them robots that put guns on the
Yeah,
dog.
you said that long time ago.
Well,
you said that.
The guillotines being on trucks. And we end up seeing that shit on what's the movie? Purge. Yeah. The motherfuckers going around in semi-trucks and shit, taking motherfuckers out.
But that brother said that shit. Well, he was like, man, they gonna plant a gun on that motherfucker.
Yep.
They ain't just plant a gun on it, though.
Rocket launcher, yeah.
All the way.
Damn.
All the way, bro.
He went from a gun to a rocket launcher.
That's what that's showing, though. That's what that got shit with fucking saws on it. They got, hey man, they got shit with Mark 9 grenade launcher on it.
Yeah. And they work off flesh. They got some that operate off human flesh, man, to keep it running. That's demonic as hell, man. This shit.
Go ahead, man.
It says, 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
We really don't got no other choice but to be mad at us. Soon, talk shit about me and my kids. Your end results, the Lord is coming. Because once you make that move and really try to make yourself a God-like man, that's when the Lord is going to come back and destroy your ass, all right? So with that, hey, we're going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ba'akadash. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Salutations to all the Akim out there that's listening to you. Also, shalom to the rest of the elect.